Okay, let's start today. Sorry, now we have late 30 minutes. I got some problem to set up the OBS. Okay, because now we are to live. Now I think now this is important as I need to share some knowledge now with our audience. Because we say now web learning or web coding. Actually now coding itself is very easy. Now a lot of students after university cannot do coding. Not the problem. Not they not learn not good. Not the problem they don't know how to coding. The problem is they don't have experience. Now, a lot of technology that's not you cannot learn from school. Now you need to learn now after school. Now today we use now AI for web coding or web learning. It's also I think this is more important. You need more knowledge than before. So I think now from today, every class, every time we'll share some knowledge. Now, I hope that can benefit to each other. Because we call web learning, I share some knowledge to you. Maybe now is important for you today, so you can do one research. Maybe it's not important, but you just remember the name, remember now what they can do. Once you need it, you just use it. I think that's web learning. Okay, now let me now share my screen. I'll introduce something to you. I think now there'll be interest. Okay. The first one now that's actually in this project I have used this project for a long time. That's called LTX-Video. What's this one? This one now actually this is just generate video automatically. Now they just have one new release. You can see that's now almost in this week. That's in this week. This company that's very this company is very strange. You can see the old version. Each time they call version 0.9.6. Now they call 0.927. But that's a big change, right? This is the old one. You can see that model now, that size is 2B. But now that's 13B. So that's very huge change. But they just update the one very small version number. Now, but that's one huge change. That's why I need to introduce this project. Because you have heard a lot, because a lot of websites, like OpenAI, like Google, you run away, you just go in prompt, then you can get one video. But usually now, once you ask to get one video, you need to wait at least 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But this project is very special. They can almost do the video in the real time. No, that's very important. Because if we talk to AI, you use text, you type something, you almost immediately get a response. Even as deep thinking, even deep think, still you get a response almost immediately. If we talk now with AI, with audio, still this almost this just as a real person, you talk to each other. Even we generate graphic, still is very fast. But why video is very slow? But this project, they can make the video generation very, very fast. How fast? They just faster than you can view. For example, you ask this AI model to generate one video. The speed is faster than you can view. So that's very, very important. What are you can thinking? In the future, not future, maybe next year, in your TV, in your smartphone, you just tell AI, I want to watch one movie. But this movie does not exist. You just want to see something. Then AI can create the video for you in real time. That means now you can see one movie that's unique for you, only designed for yourself in real time. Now that's very, very important. Now, today you go to YouTube, you go to TikTok, they all based on your experience, based on your view history, they give you some recommendation. They thinking this video you may like. Then they give you some content you pick up which one you like. But this now video model, I think that's presented for the future. You can watch any video in real time. Just ask, I want to see something. Then they can create one movie for you. So you watch, you just watch it. You just watch it. You don't need to wait. Also, if you feel now the content not your need, you can ask, can you change the content? Can you change now the story? So they will change it immediately. So that will be totally not different from today. Today you go to cinema, all the movies they showing now, they make it ready. You cannot do anything. But now with this one, I think that's the future. I think maybe we can do in 2 years, 3 years. You don't need to go to cinema. You just now open your computer, open your TV. You just say, oh, I want to see some story in movie. Then you watch it immediately. Now I think that's very important. That's why I share this one. So this project now, actually this project very fast. Later now we'll teach you how to use this project with now ComfyUI. We can create a video ourselves. So today you just know this one is very important. That's now I think that's very useful for me to introduce this project. Another project is this one. This project now actually now, because the content now you can see a lot video, images, text, audio, but not a lot of video, music. This project is for music. This is open source. You can see that's now ComfyUI. So later we'll introduce this one too. So that means now you can create music, song in your computer. Now that's open source. So also now they just released now. You can check the time steps. Yeah, 2 days ago. I just updated it very recently. We can now check the demo. They have now this support in different languages. Now the English, Chinese, everything. We just have one demo. This one. This is the song.
It's not just a dream, it's the start of a way. Building the future where music will play. A model that listens, a model that grows. A step is the...
You can see? So that means if you want any music, if you want any song, you can ask AI, then can generate it for you immediately. Now you don't need to go to YouTube or go to anywhere. You can... that means you just need an idea. You don't need to have the skill to make a song or make a music. You just need a concept or idea. Then you can ask AI to do it. So also this project, later we'll introduce this project with the ComfyUI. So also another one I want to introduce now. That's also very important. Hugging Face. I don't know if you know this or not. What's Hugging Face? That's almost exactly same as the GitHub. Because the GitHub, that's all the technology. That's all the source code. But the Hugging Face, that's for all the AI project. So all the open source AI project, they host the code, host the model in Hugging Face. Now, especially in Hugging Face now for models. So now in here, now you can find a lot of projects. Even you can check some news. Every week, you can find some new AI project from this website. So that's also one very important. Everyone needs to know the name. Everyone needs to know this one. Also, you can do some tests, have a try. For example, for this project, they give you one demo. That demo, that's in the Hugging Face. So a lot of AI projects, they provide a free demo. You can do a demo. For example, this one, you can update the text. You can update the song. Then you just ask generate. You just click. Yeah. Then it will automatically generate. Let's see. Actually, now that's very this music model that's very fast. Also, now here now some tags. Now, if you want to change the style, you just now update here. So you have different sounds. Okay, let's hear this one.
Neon lights, they flicker bright. City hums in dead of night. Rhythms pulse through concrete veins.
I love this song.
Lost
I love this
in
music.
echoes of refrain. Baseline grooving in my chest. Heartbeats match the city's
Okay. So now that's all free. Now, if you have some ideas, you just ask AI to write one music for you, make one song for you. So you can go to here the web address. You just put now your song to here. Then now AI will generate it for you. So I think that's very important. Now you just need the format. That's all the format. Another one I want to introduce today is, I think that's very important. Google AI Studio. I don't know if you guys know, because sometimes I think now some knowledge is common sense. What does it mean, common sense? For example, you can find some good things from Google. You can find some good video from YouTube. That's common sense. For me now, I think everybody now should know the Google AI Studio. Now, because why I said this? Because that's free for most people. You just need to have one Google account. You can get a lot of usage every day. You don't need to pay $1. So that's very now friendly now, especially now for students. Another one I want to say very important. Still, this model, can see, this just released now. Still, just 0 days ago. Currently, that's the most powerful model in the world. Now, especially now for coding. So that's why I said that's very important. I need to introduce this model to you guys. So you just get your free Google account, then go to Google. You just search Google AI Studio. Then you can go to here. So you can put any prompt. You can select the model. That's all free. You can see that's free model now. That's I just make it. So that's free now. So you can use it now without pay. But that's the most good. That's the best model currently in the world. Okay. Another one I want to introduce now, you guys. That's this one. Still, I don't know if you know this one or not. NotebookLM. This also now from Google. Also, that's free. Also, for me, that's common sense because they have this product, I think, more than half a year. That's very useful. Why I said it very useful? For example, last time we asked AI to generate one research report. We compare now the workflow. So we compare the ComfyUI, Flowers AI, and in8n. So AI generates a lot of the research report. I guess, including myself, everybody hates to read. Now, if you find some research paper, if you find some school work, they ask you to read a lot of text. Nobody want to read. That's why. So then, that's why I said that's one very good tool. You have got a lot of text. You don't know which text you need to read. So you can just use this project. Still now you just search it with Google. Then get the NotebookLM. One thing I want to tell you, because that's English, that if you not speak English, you can change language. That's now the output language. That means if you change it to Chinese or Japanese, then the content, even you provide the content is English. you still get the other language, the response. That's now very useful because we are talking now only in English now in this channel. So I select English. Okay. So let's do one. So very easy. We just create a new notebook. Upload your resource. Your resource can be anything, can be a website, can be YouTube. So we just use this one because that's now research paper. This is paper. Okay, we just copy the link. Let's see. I first time now use this one. Okay. Okay. Already got this. It's already got. So for example, now we want to now ask some question. Let me see. The chat studio. Why is it like this? Oh, the interface looks like. Okay. They update every day, and before not like this. So that's the source. You can add more. You can add a PDF file, text file. You can add a YouTube video. Now, for example, my video, my level course. If you don't want to watch, you just put the link to here. You put link to here. Then now just add this resource. After that, now you just click now. That's let me try this. I don't know. Okay. We just click studio. So you can first you click now study guide. They'll generate now the real time. They'll generate now some notes. The most important point you need to learn or you need to know. You can see. There's a long text, a lot of research paper. Nobody wants to learn. Nobody wants to read. Now we don't want to spend time, so you just put in here. So they'll get you now. Give some question. Also the answer case. Also now you can see they give you all the knowledge you need to know. So instead now you read all the paper. You just check this several minutes. Then you get a lot of knowledge. Now, that's one. Another one now they can generate now FAQ. Let me see. Also, now this is the most frequently asked question. Now, so that will help you understand anything. So that's very good. Especially now you are in school or you need to learn something. You just give the resource to here. Now even you want to watch some YouTube video, so you just in the resource. You just click add. You just go YouTube video. You just now paste the YouTube video. Another thing, very good thing, they can give you one audio summary. Let me see. Yeah, okay, I think here. Let's try. So once you click, you need usually need to wait several minutes. We just wait. Before we come back, we go back to today's topic. Okay. From today, we'll start now ComfyUI. I'm still think ComfyUI that's very important tools. I just want to share one knowledge to you guys, another sharing. Okay. Maybe I try Google's search. I don't know if you know this one. If you learn computer science, if you know some software design, I think you should know this one. Because all the projects, before we make one project, they have some design. We use diagram. Now we call the most famous one. They call UML. Actually, that's that's for some people to understand. for no technical people, for custom and the developer. Now they use this tool to communication each other to understand what's the final project, what's the so that's the old way. But today we want to do now something as a workflow as this one. So maybe I just go quick now. Just go quick. Comfy. We just go quick now compare. Workflows. Because I can say now Google Images now sometimes is very good learning tools. Because sometimes if you search now text, nothing you need to read. But if you search with Google Image, you can get some ideas very quick. So I just click. I click this one. Oh, how to make it bigger? Okay. Yeah. So you can see. Okay. Let's go to X. It's not friendly. Oh, that's another one. That's another. Okay, I don't know why. Go here. Okay, maybe let's. We'll check it. We just keep now this page open. We'll check it. Once we set up the ComfyUI, I'll explain the idea. Now that's a very important idea. Now I'll explain it. Let's come back to see if now is ready. Yeah, now it's ready. They give now some dialogue. Now just podcast audio. We can listen. Let's try.
Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're looking at a specific web page from GitHub. It's inside a repository called YouTube AI Coding Bootcamp.
Right. The path is O4 AI Workflow Research Output ChatGPT.md. Quite a mouthful.
It is. And our mission really is to figure out what this page tells us about, resources for learning AI, especially for coding, and maybe how that connects to YouTube.
Yeah, and the first thing that kind of grabs you is, well, it looks like part of a curriculum, doesn't it? Hosted right there on GitHub.
Exactly. Not a typical place you might expect to find, like a full course outline, maybe?
Well, maybe not finished, perhaps. It feels a bit like we're seeing someone's research or planning notes, like a work in progress for this AI bootcamp idea.
A blueprint, yeah. Okay, so let's try and unpack this blueprint. Even just being on GitHub tells us something, right? The standard navigation is there.
Absolutely. You see things like Copilot highlighted.
GitHub's AI assistant.
Exactly. And advanced security, actions, Codespaces, it's all the developer workflow stuff.
I think
It definitely frames AI within that whole software development lifecycle right from the start.
Let me check. I think maybe. Oh, I sent the wrong URL. I sent the wrong URL. We actually where? No. I don't know why I sent this one, but then later they get another. Let me click. I guess now some problem now. So you can actually now you can download the PDF file. Now you can just send the PDF file. Okay, maybe I'll just try again. Okay, I'll just try again. So okay, we just remove this one. How to remove? Okay, we just create a new one. We just upload the PDF file. I think that's wrong. Because now I think it's correct. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Now we go to Studio. So Okay, let's wait. Because we are live, we are real live, we are not pre-recording, so that's sometimes we can make a mistake. That's normal. Okay. So now we still now go back to the ComfyUI. Okay. We go to the Comfy. We go to here. Now let's set up. Let's set up the project now. First, you need to open GitHub Codespace. You just use the blank template. Then we will create one cloud container. We'll use this project. So you just get the HTTPS. Okay. I'll get it step by step. Okay. Now we go to the project. Okay, we just follow this. Let me how to set up. But that's why now CPU only for GitHub no Codespace. Okay. We first now set up one virtual project environment. Okay. Now why we need this? Because now if you have a different project, they have some dependency now. They maybe can conflict each other. So we need to set up each project. We need to set up one virtual environment. Now let's activate. Okay. You can see here. You can see the virtual environment name. Okay, actually we do this one. We don't need it today. We just use. We need to install. Oh yeah, we need to install. This is very important because now GitHub Codespace now don't have GPU. Also, I think most audience now, most students, your computer maybe don't have one GPU. So it's best for learning. You can install CPU because we most focus on now cloud AI service. So that doesn't matter. Later now we'll use other platform. So that have provide a free GPU. So we'll now test now some AI model with GPU, but in the beginning we just learn CPU now based on CPU. So that's enough, I think, in the beginning, just for learn. Okay. Now let's go back here. Yeah, it's okay.
You're looking to cut through the noise, right?
Absolutely. AI in education, it's huge.
Yeah, AI for educational content, videos, lessons, you name it. It promises so much. But honestly, the number of tools can feel like this digital avalanche.
It really can. Information overload.
That's exactly where we come in. For this deep dive, we've basically wrestled a mountain of information on 3 specific workflow automation platforms.
Right. Tools built for this purpose.
ComfyUI, Flowwise AI, and NAN. Our mission is, well, pretty simple.
Yep.
Pull out the crucial insights so you can figure out which tool might be your secret weapon.
Exactly. We're going to dissect ComfyUI first. That's the really advanced one, node-based, visual, especially strong for Stable Diffusion users.
Okay.
Then there's Flowwise AI, think low code, more visual, focused on building flows for large language models, creating AI agents.
More text and logic focused.
Precisely.
Oh.
And finally, NAN. That's the Fair Code Automation Powerhouse. It's known for connecting Well, almost everything. Loads of apps, different AI models.
Right. So 3 different angles, really.
Yeah, what's fascinating right from the start is how each one prioritizes a different core part
cool.
of the whole AI content creation process.
Okay, let's dive into ComfyUI first then. Now, what we're seeing, what the sources suggest, is that
Yeah. You can see now that's can generate the audio dialogue now for any content you learn. So that's very helpful, very useful. So okay, I'll click this one. Close this one. We just close the 2 minute windows. Okay. We're doing this one. We just bypass this one. Yeah. Also, we just okay. Actually, now the step. Actually, you can just copy the step. Now you just copy all the command. You don't need to type one by one. But for learning, I guess it's best you now run the command one by one, just for learning. You understand all the command, So now we have set up instance. Another thing now we can go to now here the template. There are a lot of things. For example, image, video. You can see we'll learn this later one by one, not one by one. We'll learn almost all the things. We'll learn all the things. But one better thing I want to say, we just click anyone. Okay. Please do not download it now because we are running on CPU instance. So that will be now very slow because we just in the beginning we just learned how to now use the ComfyUI to do some workflow based on now some third-party cloud service like OpenAI, Gemini, now cloud, and now third-party cloud service. So we just use ComfyUI to do some workflow. So just thinking any work you can do, your school work or in your office or something you want to do, you can use the ComfyUI workflow to do it. So now let's compare. Now this is just one example. Let's compare now before. Okay. So when we do one software, usually we use the UML to do a diagram design. Then we do coding. Actually, all the coding is very hard to understand because once the code more than 10 lines, now if the code more than 2 lines, that will be very hard to understand. So today, now we use now workflow. I think that's a very good idea. Before we write a software, 1,000 lines, 10,000 lines, now 100,000 lines. So I think that maybe one good way, we just write all the features as this. You can see, you can thinking. So each diagram, each object, or each function in here, now just one node. Okay? You can think now that's for example, that's one function or class. Now that's output. The output will be now sent to another function or class. You can think as this. So if we do as this, that will be very good. Why very good? Because each node, the code now will be very simple. So very simple. The code now is very simple to understand. Also, we use the workflow. We make all the code together. Use all the nodes. So it will be very easy to understand. Also more flexible. Now even the people don't know coding, not a technical background, they still can use the workflow to change the logic to do anything they want. I think now that's one very good now idea. We do project. Also now we are talking web learning, web coding. If we ask AI to write some function logic, if less than 100 lines, I can tell you AI can do very well. But if you ask AI to do something 1,000 lines, I can tell you AI will get a problem. Get a problem. So we can split the task. To one piece by one piece. You can think of one note by one note. Then we use now the ComfyUI to organize your code, to make it the whole logic. Now, before as this, now we'll do as this, now we'll do as this. Okay, I think that's the concept. Now, that's why now we use the ComfyUI. We do some any automation or any some task. For example, we'll do this to create a video. We'll use this one to create a video. You can use the ComfyUI automatically upload to YouTube. We just write some node. Then can do the work. Okay. So before now, we just check now how the ComfyUI working. How the node working? Okay, we just check. Okay, here. Actually, now that's the ComfyUI. This one bigger project. If we want to do something, actually now it's very easy. We just write the code, put it to now the custom nodes, put the code in this folder. Then will be load automatically. Actually, if you now Google, you find a lot ComfyUI now extension. So because today we just learn. So they already give one example. We just rename the name. We just remove the example. So that'll be working. Okay, we just rename it. Okay. We now not see the code now. We don't need to check we'll check the code later. We first do a check. Okay. You just Ctrl C, terminate the process, then run the command again. Okay. We don't need to open. We just refresh. Okay. We close this one. No, we just create another one. I'll tell you now where. In here, you can see the example node. That's for what? Because I already know this for what. So I'll tell you. We just now have a play. Okay. Because that's one image. That's one node. Okay, let's find one image in the add node image. So we can load the image. Okay. So you can now choose one image from your computer. You just click. You can now find it from your computer. Or you can now put the image in here in this location. I'll tell you. The input. You can see that's the image in here. The input. Okay. So we just select this one, for example. Then you just drag. You connect this one. Now, so that's we load the image. You can think that's one function. Load the image. Then the function will return one image. Then we send the image to another function. What this function does, I'm not sure. We will check it. Because there's still another image. So we can add another image. We just preview image. Okay. Then we connect the image. So then you just click run. Oh, you can see? You can see? So that just changes the color, not just invert the color. So now let's go back. We check the code. How the code working. Okay, let's check. Okay. There are a lot of comments. Now, I can tell you now. You can read the comments. They give you all the ideas. But let's just go through one by one. We just find some interesting. The first one is category. So what's category? The category now, that's just here. Once you click add node, you can see that's example. That's category. For example, we can update the example to example 1. Later, we'll do a check. After that, the name will be changed to example 1. So that's category. Another one now, very interesting now, that's the name. I'll tell you that's name. For example, here, you can see, you right click node, example. The example, they have one example node, the name. Where the name come from? The name come from here. You can see the display name. So we still add one. We'll check later. We'll check later. So once we restart, there will be now the name will be changed to 1. Okay. Another one, I think very important, we need to understand this here. Okay, the input. You can see that's define all the input here. Now that's one image. This one the integer field. This one float field. This one print screen. This one string field. Then you come back. You can see image, integer, float, print, string field. That's all input. That's all input defined here. Then the return type. That's one image. You can see. You should go back. That's in the left. In the left, that's our input. In the right, that's output. So input, we can give one image, then we give some parameter. After that, we'll return another image. Now let's go back and let's continue now. We see that's function. So once you click the run button, it will run the text function. The text function, where is the text function here? In bottom. Text function. Can see? So the text function, you can see the image, string field, int, float, printer to string. You can see? Also, they return one image. That's the funny thing. You can see, because that's Python, that's very flexible, very easy. So you just use one minus image. Then we'll change the color. Now, because of now we know in Python now all the images, the pixel they use now number now less than 1. Now this is from, I think it's from 0 to 1. From not from 0 to 1. That's from -1 to 1. I think -1 to 1. So you just use one minus the image, then you invert the color. You can see, it'll be very invert the color. Another thing I want to say now, because we are web learning, our web coding, so you don't know the exactly the code, how to write the code. For example, you just need to know the function. We just change the color to invert the color. If it's black, we want to change it to white. If it's white, we want to change it to black. If it's green, we want to change it to purple. If it's purple, we want to change it to green. That's called invert. So you just ask AI with Python, one image, we want to now invert the color. How can we do? So AI will tell you the code. AI will tell you the code. So you don't need to know how to write the code exactly, but you need to know the concept. Another thing still now, because each field, when all the people, if you are graduate from primary school, if you are graduate from high school, everybody understand what's this, what's string, what's the float, what's the integer. Everybody knows this one. So that means anyone can learn, anyone can understand that. So for the code, how to write the code doesn't matter. You don't need you just have one concept. You just need to have one very simple concept. So you just tell AI, I want to write one ComfyUI node. The input, what's the input? You want an integer, flu, or string, or image, or audio, or everything. Then you said, I want to do something. Then I want to get the results, output. Then AI will write the code for you. Write the code for you. That's all you need to understand. That's all you need to understand. Another thing that because there's a lot now ComfyUI now plugin, I'll call extension. I can tell you one trick. So you go to GitHub, you just search ComfyUI. You'll see there will be a lot of projects, a lot of projects. The most important one is this. Actually, now we'll learn this one later. Today, I'll just give you one demo. We will not use it. Why not? Because that's all now nodes. Most nodes use GPU, not use CPU. So now I just give you one demo. You understand that if you have your computer is powerful, or your computer is Mac, or your computer has GPU, you can install this extension. Okay, I'll show you how to install. You can see that I don't need to show you. They give you all example. Okay, we just let's have a try. This one very important now extension. Okay, we just go to the custom node. Yeah, we already there. So we just clone. Okay, that's our extension. So after that, we just restart now the ComfyUI. Okay, we need to go to the CD, the top directory. I'll tell you now, once now you put any now extension in this folder, there will be once you next time when you now launch the ComfyUI, there will be automatically now install. Okay, let's refresh. So as a refresh, you find some interesting thing. You can see here manager. So they will add a manager here. You can see there's a lot. So if we click, you can see there are a lot now different nodes, different now custom nodes you can install. You can install. They can do a lot of work. So from next week, we'll learn how to build our node to do work, to ask AI to do work for us automatically. We'll learn how to build the node for us. That's not built by other people. That's not built by other people. So that's very easy. Now that's very easy. Okay. Also, now a lot of models. You can see a model manager. You can see there's a lot of models. For example, I just type one. Maybe you know. We type one. What's the type? Let's maybe. You can see. There's a Llama 3. That's now Facebook, Meta, a very famous one. So you can install in your computer. You can see. You can install. So there's a lot now models. You just click install. They'll be downloaded now to your computer. So I just introduced this one. We'll learn this later. We first learn how to now build nodes to use a third-party cloud API to build now to create a video to upload it to YouTube. Once you know how to use now the third-party cloud API to do now some work automatically, then we'll learn how to use the GPU to build now video without third-party cloud service. With that, you don't need to pay $1 now to the credits. So you can generate the image, generate the video, generate anything. So use the ComfyUI So we'll learn this later. But for now, we learn how to use this to do some work for ourselves, for our homework, for our schoolwork, for our office work. So that's currently we'll do. Okay. Okay, I think that's all today. Thanks everybody joining to this class. Next week we'll try to build one node. What's node? Because okay, let me show you this one. I just refresh. For example, if we build some node, so we need to write the code. So next week we'll start to build one node to write the code for us. Today now we want to build some code. We need to go to Google, Gemini, or OpenAI, or Cloud to ask to write the code. Then we copy the code back. So next week we'll develop one node. You just give some text. You just give text to here. Then you just click run. Then will be automatically create one node for you. Will automatically create the code in here. So that means now you don't need to leave here. You just, if you want some function, you just input the text to here. You press run. After that, will automatically create the code for you. Then you get the node. So we'll use web learning and web coding to do all the logic. So ask AI to do everything now in this UI. Okay. So we'll do it now from next week. Thanks everybody joining today. Okay, bye.